today's episode, we chat with Corey Orndorff, one of two students from the Minerva Schools at KGI who participated in a summer research experience at KGI in 2018. A New Mexico native, Corey talks about her experience in the Minerva program and also discusses the time in the lab she spent helping KGI assistant professor Travis Schlappi and his research team. Can you share a bit about yourself and what you're currently studying at the Minerva Schools at KGI?
Yeah, I'm a double major at Minerva, and I study biology and economics. And the economics part of my major is more focused on developmental economics with some government studies.
Continuing on the discussion of the Minerva Schools, what do you feel makes the school unique?
Yeah, there's a couple things. The class sizes are really small. I think they cap the class size at 18 students and one professor. All the classes are led seminar style with a flipped classroom model, which means that you do a lot of prep work outside of class, and then you come to class and it's all discussion based with your peers led by a professor. And then the last piece is that my graduating class, we've spent 5 semesters studying outside the US with San Francisco as kind of our home base.
Being that the Minerva Schools consist of mostly undergraduate programs and the KGI programs in Claremont are at the graduate level, there usually isn't too much crossover in terms of student population, but you and a few others are the exception as you took part in a summer research experience in 2018. Can you describe what you did?
Yeah, I was working with the Schlappi laboratory in Claremont, California, and I was working on various projects with them, but they were all centered around developing a point-of-care diagnostic device for urinary tract infections to help provide more effective and faster treatment to low-resource settings where there might not be access to a centralized laboratory.
I can imagine the summer experience was quite a bit different from what you've been doing in San Francisco and around the world as part of your undergrad program. But can you elaborate on some of the skills that you picked up in Claremont and how they will help you in your career?
What Minerva does is mostly discussion-based and reading-based. So we read for our biology major, we read a lot of primary papers and discuss them. But the summer project I took part in was a really good opportunity to get hands-on experience that I think I'd been lacking up to that point. So I was able to be involved with a research project, run our own experiments and that kind of stuff with a team of people that were all focused on biology. And Minerva is very interdisciplinary. You interact with people across colleges a lot, but the summer program was special in that I got to be kind of immersed in bio for a couple months.
Back to the summer experience in Dr. Schlappi's lab, what are one or two things that stand out in your mind as sort of memories or lessons that you feel like are top of mind now as you're in your final months at Minerva Schools?
It allowed me to see how the process of research is conducted with experiments that build off of each other. With each experiment you run, giving you a little bit more insight into the problem you're trying to solve. And yeah, we dealt a lot with like reactions not progressing. The problem solving aspects of dealing with that was really interesting to me, of like, how can we get more information through a different method? And how can we use what we know to move forward with our research project?
Along the journey before college and now during your time at the Minerva Schools, who have been your most important mentors?
Yeah, the mentor I had this summer while working at the lab in Claremont, Dr. Travis Schlappi, he's continued to be my mentor for my senior thesis project at Minerva. So he provides valuable input and stuff on the project I'm working on to graduate. And other than that, I've had some really great professors at Minerva who have helped to shape kind of my path through college and hopefully beyond.
What are one or two books that you recommend to classmates or other friends outside of school?
I was really into this book called 1491 by, I think, Charles Mann. And it looks into kind of misconceptions society has about the extent of Native American populations in the US before the arrival of Europeans. I don't know. I think I liked it, and it appealed to me because it's so different from what I study now, and it's very like pop science approachable. and it kind of changed my opinion of, or my conception of North America, which is kind of cool.
Once you finish your time at the Minerva Schools and you graduate, what is your plan beyond that experience?
The larger goal is to try to pursue getting into medical school in New Mexico, probably. And there's like a couple routes that could take me there by getting more research experience or some clinical experience. So I think I'll end up in Albuquerque figuring some of that stuff out in the next couple of years.
Well, thanks again for your time, and we can't wait to stay up to date on all your success at the Minerva Schools and beyond.
Yeah, thank you so much.